Bunag is present. Acknowledge receipt of the written charges. Waive reading. Enter not guilty plea. Request for jury trial.
Our cameras were the only ones there today as Alden Bunag pleaded not guilty to several charges of sexual assault. The former Oahu substitute teacher was making his first court appearance.
Bunag is charged and facing a number of charges, including continuous sex assault of a child under 14 and promoting child abuse. Bunag's attorney waived the reading of the charges and entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. Bunag was arrested last week at the Federal Detention Center on Oahu, where he's already facing federal child pornography charges. Bunag was transferred to state custody for this latest indictment.
Court documents show an Oahu grand jury indicted Bunag last month for 1 count of continuous sex assault of a minor and 3 counts of promotion of child abuse. Police say the incidents happened in Ewa Beach.
Bunag allegedly sexually assaulted the young boy between August of 2016 and September of 2017, filming the act and distributing the video online. He's being held at OCCC after being transferred from federal custody.
Bunag is already facing federal charges for distributing child pornography between 2019 and this year. A judge today set his bail for this case at $250,000 and scheduled his jury trial for December 26. Bunag will now be transferred back to federal custody.
Honolulu prosecutors working to refile a first-degree assault charge against a man accused of stabbing 3 people, his estranged girlfriend, her daughter, and her daughter's boyfriend.
And today we're hearing from one of the victims.
After he slashed her face and open and she had 100 stitches, we are still trying to recover with all the ongoing surgeries. And yet, she was a minor at that time. I mean, what's going on with our court system?
That was Patience Salas talking about her daughter. Both were stabbed by Michael Gibbs in 2019.
The victims in this case say they were completely blindsided after hearing that one of the counts against Michael Gibbs has been dismissed.
The dismissal stems from a Supreme Court decision earlier this year known as State versus Jardine. Essentially, the charging documents needed to have a definition of substantial bodily injury, but because they didn't for the first-degree assault count, the judge dismissed the case yesterday without prejudice.
So that means prosecutors can refile, and they told us today they will refile the charges. For Salas, she says it feels like it's a technicality that put a wrench in getting justice for her daughter. But the other 2 counts against Gibbs were not dismissed: attempted murder and second-degree assault.
Because prosecutors need time to refile the first-degree assault count, Gibbs' trial, originally scheduled for November 7th, has now been pushed back to February.
A federal judge today sentenced a former junior ROTC instructor on Kauai to 28 years in prison for possession of child pornography. As part of a plea deal in May, Victor Aguilar pleaded guilty to 2 counts. Court documents show he recorded explicit videos of a former student at Waimea High School and kept the video on his work-issued laptop and portable hard drive. A judge today also sentenced Aguilar to 10 years of supervised release. He must also register as a sex offender. Aguilar still faces a separate state trial for multiple sex assault charges.
The man accused of living under the identity of a dead child for the past 40 years is now being forced to get a new attorney. Federal court documents show the court today granted a motion for Walter Primrose to change representation due to a lack of communication between him and his lawyer. Primrose's wife, Gwen Morrison, is also accused of using a stolen identity. They're both set to go to trial in February. Both remain in custody and are being held without bail.
And on the Big Island, prosecutors have charged a Hilo couple with firearms offenses and drug possession. Bronson and Priscilla Lee, both 33, were arrested and charged after officers executed a search warrant on their home on Akolea Road. That was on Monday. Officers found firearms as well as heroin, meth, and fentanyl. Bronson has 16 prior felony convictions. He appeared in court today, and the judge confirmed his bail at $127,000. He's scheduled to be back in court on Monday. Priscilla is charged with hindering prosecution, possession of narcotics, and firearms offenses. She was in court yesterday and was granted supervised release. She's scheduled to be back in court on November 9th.
Also on the Big Island, police are asking for the public's help in locating 23-year-old Kinio Angelo of Hilo. Police say he's wanted on 2 outstanding warrants. He's also wanted for questioning in connection to 2 separate felony assault investigations. He's described as being 5'8", 170 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. If you have any information on Angelo's whereabouts, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 808-961-8300.